But anyways, has anybody like actually read this document? Because it's rather well written. It says the United Nations transforming our world, the 2030 agenda for sustainable development, you know? And then when you get into it, it's like, okay, this is a script from The Walking Dead. That's what it is. If you don't take the chip, if you don't use digital currency, if you don't move into their 15-minute cities that they're trying to develop and control, then what they do is they punish you. They turn off your debit card in order to buy,
Exactly.
and they eject you outside of the 15-minute city, and they leave you there for a little period of time to feed on maggots, worms, whatever you can find to survive.
They got concentration camps.
Until they let you back in. And they do this a couple of times if you read this thing here. Okay? And on the third time, you don't get back in. So you're left outside there to basically eat anything that you can find or die. And they're going to do this likely to 100, just like a concentration camp. The only difference is if you follow their rules, they'll feed you something. I don't know what it's going to be because they're destroying all the farmland. Right? Crickets, chocolate covered maggots, whatever, right? Protein to keep you alive. But there's really no purpose to it because you won't be doing anything. It's like the basic income that you get this much money to live on. And if you exceed that, then you get turned off. And they do that a couple of times. And after that, they throw you out of the sanctuary city and they take away your debit card, period. So you're on the outside, like I said, eating. You might even have to eat your brother if he gets thrown out. You'll have to fight over which one gets to live, right?
It's not gonna happen at this end here. But
So my plan, and I've shared it. My plan is because if this 15,000 square kilometers of land is unceded, and it's our land, then we can invite all the people that they want to throw out to our sanctuary.
because they're gonna turn around, because with the UNDRIP,
Yes.
then you'll end up with 15-minute cities. So this is a whole. This is where the land grab is. The United Nations has a deal with First Nations. That's why they don't recognize us, because we
They're
haven't.
mad as hell.
Oh yeah, because they have an agenda.
Yes.
Okay, all part of the 2030.
All in
Okay,
here.
it's the United Nations agenda. They're
Yeah.
using the First Nations, so you're gonna hear a lot of reconciliation.
Oh.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a two-stage process of grabbing your land. See, when you heard that you own nothing and be happy, there you get the United Nations using the First Nations.
Yeah.
So they just like in the city hall,
Yep.
they got the CAO in there that's appointed by the United Nations.
Yep.
They get the final say. You think that these elected, I know it's
Selected.
election, whatever. The mayor and the councilors have a say. Well, sure they do have a say, but the CEO can veto or X-say or do
Yep.
go forwards with anything. He's got the final say, and that's appointed by the United Nations. So that's UN at the municipal location. All right. So what's going to happen? They're going to have it all to the First Nations, and then they're going to say the First Nations don't even know what's going on. They think, oh, this is great, we're getting our land back. Next thing you know, oh, sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
What they're doing is they're going to the First Nations that have the land in the reservation.
Right.
They're getting them to turn that land over to the government. In return, they're guaranteeing the ones that are the chief and the band council that have been getting all the money, eternity. That those families will still be there in control no matter what, and they'll be appointed.
Well, like the same way they do the
Right.
municipal in the law as
Same
well.
way.
So it's just it's just
And of course
To the
they're
First Nations.
and of course they're buying into it because they're looking at it. Oh, that's like I'm a dictatorship now. I don't have to be elected or selected. I am there. My family is in control over that land forever.
okay. So that's what at that point. now all the First Nations have all the land.
Well, that's what they're believing.
That's what they're working
believing.
at. Okay, now stage two
Yes.
of this whole process is that the UN says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't
Sorry.
dot that I, you
No, I
didn't
don't-
cross that T."
no.
You know, because they demoralized them all in the first
Get
place.
off that land.
And then they're going to take it all. Then that's where it's going to be. You'll own nothing and be happy.
That's right.
Well, we're not going to be happy. The thing is, the way that we're putting it, where we have set up and going
Yes.
forwards with this,
Yeah.
they didn't expect this to happen. Okay, so with us, there's going to be, and also all other unceded lands and territories,
Yep.
they're not going to be under that control, and that's where the whole thing falls apart for them.
Yeah.
They didn't expect for this to happen, but the thing is, we're in a very unique situation to do this here. We'll be able to help the other band members and other.
Not if they surrender their land, we won't.
Well, okay. Well, how about other different
they're on-
locations?
They're on their own. What I'm saying is that people have, and I tried. They ordered me off their property, and they're going to pull the gun out or skin me. And they sent us a warning, a letter to stop. Okay, because they're so terrified that their deal with the government is going to fall apart, and they're not going to be guaranteed what the government says they're going to give them. Right? It was the same thing as that, wasn't it, Sandy, last week? They brought the girl that was here brought up about how the band councils, you can't talk to them.
Right.
They believe everything that they're being told, just the same way as their forefathers believed everything when the settlers come over, when the crown come
Is
over
it because
here.
their flockers are getting lined?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lining their flock. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, I get it.
they're repeating history.
Yeah.
Because when they came over here in the first place, all these other bands surrendered all their chunk of land to them in return for, we call it the guaranteed income, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are not working.
No.
So
So,
they don't
so
want to lose that
now,
gravy train.
so now they realize that if they destroy all the farmland, which they're trying to do, build homes faster, for who, we don't know, because no locals can buy them. So if they destroy all that, and now if they can get hold of the land that's on the reservations as well, then they've got control of all the land in the country.
What is the big land grab?
Yeah,
that's what's
it's
going
a
on.
huge land grab.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
and
we
this
can
is,
we can continue this next week.
yeah, and this
Yeah,
is,
there's a big.
yeah, this is big. There'll be more to come on this one.
Yeah.
right? I have some more things we got planned.
Yeah, brewing up.
Yeah, they're brewing.